And one thing I tell students is find what other people's passions are, what people's pain points are. And often if you can find out what the pain point is and you address their pain point and how to resolve their pain point, you will develop a following. Politicians have known this for thousands of years. Religious leaders have known this for thousands of years. It's just now with social media, and this is where the social media revolution comes in, one person can amplify their voice nationally or internationally and get it spread instantaneously. It all boils down to emotion. And if you read, there are dozens of books on how to be persuasive, how to be a leader. Almost every single one talks about emotion, but then they just kind of stop there because they don't drill deeper. Mm-hmm. And so I assign my students, I say, go watch a movie that you love and identify all the emotions that were expressed in this movie. Which ones now are appropriate for your context, for your workplace? For example, in American movies, the rebel is a popular character, right? James Dean, now all these guys, the rebellion. If you want to be influential in your company, I'm not saying to rebel against your management, but you can be the leader and like, we're rebelling against business as usual. Our company, Airbnb, is not your traditional hotel company. We're rebelling against the old ways of doing things. And so that kind of galvanizes people. There's also an element of romance and relationships. Obviously, office romances can get sticky and out of control, but if you can think of, if you're the leader in bringing people together, teamwork, crossing the divide. We live in a very divided country right now. Mm-hmm. And a few years ago, there's this great Heineken commercial out of Europe. They brought together conservatives and liberals. Nobody knew each other's backgrounds. They had them build a bar together, share a beer, and then reveal their true opinions. I loved Heineken for that. You know, so it was like, wow, this is a company, it's forging relationships. If there's a divide, and we see this in a lot of corporations right now between management and labor, you could be the influencer who somehow brings people together over a cause, whatever that cause may be, right? Saving the wilderness, you know, global warming, whatever it may be. So emotion is a huge part of it. It's hard for corporations to grapple with because in a lot of cases, like with Coinbase, they're trying to drive emotions out of the workplace. The corporation is the second home. The office is the second home. Sometimes it's the first home for a lot of people when you're working 12 hours a day. So that's what I teach my students. I said the true influencers out there are ones that elicit some kind of emotion. It can be joy, pride. They rile you up to vote. Notice who the communities of interest are, but also notice where the little nodes of influence are and how they speak to each other. And you don't get this in orientation when you first join a company.